I'm Dave Baker. I was principal at Saylor Elementary School from the day we opened her in 1966 until my retirement in 1996. And I guess one of the highlights that I had a third grade little guy, and Mom couldn't get him out of bed to go to school. He just wouldn't get up and he wouldn't go. One day she called me, so I told her, I said, the next time that he is not wanting to go, don't tell him, but call me, and I will be down to the house, leave the front door unlocked, and you just stay out of the way. I'll take care of it. She says, you're on. Next morning she called, so I jumped in the car, went down, went into the house. She's sitting in on the sofa, and I just kind of pointed upstairs for me. He's upstairs, and so I went upstairs. He's in bed, sound asleep. He's third grade. I ran in there, walked in there, yanked his covers off, marched him in the bathroom, made him brush his teeth, washed him with a cold wash rag and so forth, took him downstairs for his breakfast that morning. I went and got a handful of cereal, put it in his hands so he can eat that on our way back to school, and got back to school. And I had dressed him too, and I put on the most unmatching clothes that I could find, so that he certainly was a standout for the day. Got him back to school, marched him down the room, and I said, young man, I have never had such a fun morning in my life. Any morning that you are not wanting to get out of bed and that you're going to be tardy to school, your mother will call me and I will be back down to pick you up. So, bye-bye, maybe I'll see you in the morning. Well, he was there through 5th grade, and never was he ever tardy again.
I'm Pat Mullins, and I wanted to tell you about, in the early 70s, we did a experiment where we separated the boys and girls in 1st grade and to see if there was a difference in the way boys and girls learned. And we did, and it was a success. And the boys group went on for 4 years until we had a diminished enrollment, and then we went back to regular 1st grade. But the funny thing about it is about every 10 years they come up with somebody else does the experiment and finds the very same thing.
Okay. Joy Casper, Zach. I'll talk about kindergarten. We used to have a workbench, and we did hammering and sawing, and the kids made little wagons and birdhouses, and it was lots of fun.
My name is Jim Cavan. I taught 5th grade at Saylor for 37 years. I can honestly say that in that 37 years, there was never a day that I didn't want to be there.
I'm Carolyn Burton McDonald. I taught 1st grade at Saylor School for 31 years, and I loved it. It was a great, great time with the kids. And I had, at Thanksgiving, the kids all signed up for bringing something for our little Thanksgiving dinner. And we had our Thanksgiving dinner. We had hats on. We put our Pilgrim and Indian hats on. And we sat at this table, and the kids were great. They loved it, and I did too. I probably loved it more than they did.